Hi, it's Alaska Granny. It's a great idea to always be adding to your prepping stockpile, and I thought I would show you the prepping supplies and the prepper pantry foods that I bought today and to add to my stockpile. And boy, was I surprised at the prices of some of the items and how much things are increasing. There are shortages on the shelves and pretty much everybody is sharing that same experience. I thought I would share some of these items with you and the prices that they are in Alaska, simply because I think the prices are just going up. And I know things cost more in Alaska, but I thought I would share those prices just to see what they are in your area so you can compare. 80 hefty bags were $16.49, which I thought was pretty expensive. But garbage bags are something that you absolutely need in your prepping supplies. You need to be able to take out the trash. Plus, these are also nice if for some reason you need to use a portable toilet. You're going to want to have something like this to line your toilet. These were good. There's all kinds of things you can do with plastic bags, so make sure that you have lots of them and multiple sizes and different kinds. I loaded up on Kleenex tissues because they had them on what they considered a sale, but I thought it was a phenomenal increase. It was $17.98 for a 6-pack. So basically the sale price of Kleenex is now $3 a box. You can sometimes pay less for generic ones, but they're not always available. So if having Kleenex is something that you want, think about it while it's available now if you want to stock up on your winter supply, because not only are we still suffering through the COVID coronavirus pandemic, but cold and flu season is coming. Sometimes it's also easy to grab a Kleenex if you want to open a doorknob or wipe up a small spill on the counter, because we just don't know what all the germs are out there anymore. And sometimes it's helpful to have a few more disposable items on hand. So I stocked up with 32 boxes of Kleenex. It's always good to be adding to your prepper pantry to the foods that you're using, and so the other items that I bought were food that I was just replacing items that I have used, and I want to make sure that I have one buy one so that I have a few extras. I bought some Heinz tomato ketchup, one to replace the one that we've emptied, and then a backup spare so that I'm adding to my stockpile. And remember, when you're adding things to your stockpile, you want to reach into your pantry shelf, push the old things to the front of the shelf, and then put these new ones behind those so that you're rotating first in, first out. And you're not getting stuck with just pushing them into the front of the pile, and then finally the ones in the back have been there for 10 or 15 years and they aren't any good anymore. So always make sure you push the existing stock that's on your shelf to the front and put your new stockpile behind it. We finished a jar of peanut butter, so I bought one to replace it and an extra one for my stockpile. So just the same thing, put these in order on your pantry that the older ones go to the back so that you're using and rotating your stock. I bought a few cans of sliced potatoes. They're easy to add into recipes, make into quick potato salads, add into all kinds of things. They're already cooked. And so if you don't have the time to cook potatoes in a big old recipe, these are handy to have a few of these in your prepper pantry. I did buy 3 of them, but when I got home I realized one of them had a big old dent right on the seal, and so I went ahead and used that up already just to make sure that I don't have a damaged can in my prepper pantry. It's one thing if they have a dent in the middle of the can, but see this one, it was completely dented all right along the rim. And so there's no way you want to put that away in your stockpile. Look, you can't even open it with the can opener. And so of course I went ahead and examined it to make sure that it looked okay, it smelled all right, and then it tasted fine, so I went ahead and I already used this up. So that's what's discouraging, is we try to add to our prepper pantry stockpile, but the cans are nowhere near as sturdy as they used to be. So yes, that's nice that they're BPA free and all of that, but it would be nice if they were also sturdy. Look over the cans and make sure they're not damaged before you buy them, but then when you get home you need to look them over again, because I've just found nearly every shopping trip some can that wasn't damaged when I bought it was by the time I got home. They're just not made very well, and the clerks tend to just throw things into the bags. I bought 3 packages of Ritz crackers. These are nice to have on hand. I like the little 8-pack sleeves because it seems like you don't have to open a great big package, and they seem to stay fresher a little longer if you're opening up a smaller pack at once. But that's my preference, and so I have 3 of these because these are crackers that we like to eat with salami, cheese, peanut butter. You know, everything tastes good on a Ritz, and it's pretty much true. The potatoes were 95 cents. The peanut butter was $2.99. The ketchup was $4.99, and it's only 20 ounces. I thought that was a crazy ridiculous. And the Ritz crackers were $3.29. The date on the crackers is February 2022, so I have a few months, a few packages, so try to be rotating them within that point, that time frame, because these, you really can't prolong the life of things like crackers and cereal just because they have so many ingredients and oil and things like that in them. So it's nice to have extras, but try to use them before the date on the box simply so that they taste more delicious. So it wouldn't make sense to buy 20 boxes if you can't use them within that time frame. So get a few, and then as you're rotating, replace them so that you'll still have a fresh stockpile. We don't need to buy everything we need today for the rest of our lives. We want to buy the suitable amount that we can actually eat and use it before it would not be any good to eat. Canned foods last longer than packaged foods. The better you store your food, the longer it lasts. So keep adding to your stockpile. Look for interesting ways to kick it up a notch, keep things interesting, but make sure that you have the things you need. It's lifestyle insurance so that every day can go as smoothly as possible. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.